We are live, guys. Hello.
Hi, yeah, can hear you.
Yeah, yeah, we can.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. I
Yeah,
thought that कि मेरा आवाज नहीं आ रहा है, but yeah, hello guys,
no.
welcome to थर्ड मैन क्रिकेट शो. आज का गेम अगर आप देखें तो वन साइडेड रहा. द वे जो लास्ट के इसी एक ही गेम WPL में था जो एक नेल बाइटर था कल का रात का मैच, बट अभी इसके सारे मैच वन साइडेड गए. लेट्स टॉक टू नेहा, शी इज द गेस्ट फॉर अस. व्हाट आर द थॉट्स ऑन द गेम, नेहा?
First things first, thank you so much for inviting me on the show. It's an absolute honor to be here. मैच की जब बात करें तो एज एन आरसीबी फैन मुझे बहुत ज्यादा डिसअपॉइंटमेंट हुआ बिकॉज एक्सपेक्टेशन था कि आरसीबी विल बाउंस बैक फ्रॉम द काइंड ऑफ लॉस दे हैड इन द फर्स्ट गेम. And again, it's having all the big names, but still not being able to deliver, which is something that was very disappointing. A lot of talking points from the game as well. And RCB's net run rate is all over the place right now, thanks to this. But also focusing on Mumbai right now, they had such a remarkable win, right? They're just showing why they are one of the most dominant outfits right now in the Women's Premier League. And yeah, just a lot of talking points.
Yeah, there are a lot of
So you
your
said,
fans also. Big up Neha on the front foot. Yeah. Srishti, what are your thoughts on the game? You are also an RCB fan.
so yeah, exactly. So as an RCB fan, it was very disappointing because after yesterday's loss, I was hoping that we will bounce back and actually play better today. But then again, it was very one-sided because 155 was just not enough on this pitch because all the matches we saw before were all high scoring and we ended up just putting 155. So I think it was very disappointing again. But I think the way MI is going right now, they are on a roll. Like they have a very nice run rate right now.
Yeah. So
Yes.
Neha, can you believe that कि हेली मैथ्यूज को लगातार दो बार ऑप्शन में अनसोल्ड गई थी वो, एंड नाउ शी द वे शी इज परफॉर्मिंग, शी हैज गॉट एन ऑरेंज कैप. सो बोथ ऑफ द पैनलिस्ट ऑरेंज कैप मिली है. पर्पल कैप भी मुंबई इंडियंस में है. ये तो सेम अभी बोलते रहे पैरेलल हम कर सकते हैं कि मेंस आईपीएल में भी मुंबई डोमिनेटिंग आरसीबी द वे आरसीबी इज डूइंग. सो व्हाट आर थॉट्स ऑन मुंबई एंड द वे हेली मैथ्यूज हैज प्लेड इन दिस गेम?
Talking about Haley Matthews, I think she is one of the most exciting cricketers, in women's cricket at the moment, right? So जब वो वेस्ट इंडीज के लिए खेलती है तो वो ऐसा लगता है कि she's playing with pressure because the team is not the strongest and she's the only strong link. But I think जब वो अभी मुंबई इंडियंस के लिए खेल रही है, she's playing with a lot of freedom. There's no pressure to deliver. It's not like the whole team depends on her. So I feel because of that lack of pressure, she has so much of clarity coming into the match, and that's really showing with her performances as well. Like it was an all-round show, guys. So it goes to show how she's very confident with her abilities, and even in her press match. Like press match when she was just talking, right? She was just reflecting on how she's really liking Harmanpreet Kaur's captaincy and how Harmanpreet really trusts her instincts as well. So I think that's really coming through, and we see the good performances.
Yeah, Christy, what about RCB? What went wrong with RCB? Apparently, all the things went wrong, but what do you think went wrong?
I think not everything went wrong. There were some positives to take. Like Smriti Mandana played decently. Like it was not that bad. And even in the end, Kanika Ahuja and Shriyanka Patil, I think their cameos were really positive and something to take from the match. But the lineup kept on falling down. Like even the run out of Elsie Perry, like that was not acceptable. Like you can't get out like that. So I think we need to improve on that. And I think batting ही अच्छे से नहीं किया, bowling तो there were just not enough runs on the board.
Yeah. सो क्रिकेट फॉर एवर कह रहे हैं हर्षल भाई, ये क्या हो गया? मैं भी क्या बोलूं क्या हो गया, बिकॉज मैं भी सर खुजा रहा हूँ यहाँ पे अगर आप मुझसे पूछे तो. एंड उनका ये क्या कि यहाँ पे आज आरसीबीएन ही बात कर रहे हैं, दुख मनाने के समय है सीरियसली. बट ये WPL है. यहाँ पे भले हम एज आरसीबी फैन हम लोग आरसीबी को सपोर्ट करते हैं, पर देख के अच्छा लगता है जब नए टैलेंट्स जो आते हैं वो परफॉर्मेंस देते हैं, अपनी टीम को जिताते हैं. सो वो देखने में हम सबको मजा आता है. हाँ, आरसीबी हारी तो हमें बहुत ज्यादा दुख हो रहा है. इधर हम तीनों के चेहरे पे आपको दिख रहा है कि बिल्कुल ज्यादा खुशी नहीं है, अगर जीतते तो आपको डबल खुशी देखने को मिलती। या अंकित यहाँ पे बोल रहे हैं आरसीबी एंड देयर बॉलिंग इश्यूज लुक्स लाइक ओल्ड स्टोरी। नेहा, फर्स्ट गेम आरसीबी बॉलिंग लुक्ड वेरी बैड, सेकंड गेम ऑल्सो 14 ओवर्स में चेस करवा देना, आई नो दैट कि ज्यादा स्कोर नहीं बनाया था बैटिंग ने, बट 14 ओवर्स में चेस करवा देना, मैनी balls were not bowled well. So what are thoughts on our bowling?
I think the bowling has not been up to the mark, right? As clearly seen in both the matches. और I think इधर भी हम bowling department की बात करें तो pressure falls on रेणुका सिंह ठाकुर, right? Everyone wants her to deliver. And जब हम लोग पहले मैच की भी बात करें तो we had wickets being picked by Heather Knight, like the most unlikely person to pick up the wickets, not your usual bowlers, which goes to show कि there is something clearly wrong as well. And Elise Perry भी try कर रही है bowl करने में, but she's been off for quite a few years. So I think the bowling has been all over the place. We don't have this one wicket taking option who can continuously do the job. Like power play ke baad, we need those quick wickets. No one to take it before or after, and we're relying on our part timers to take wickets, which goes to show there is a lot of over reliance on them, and like your main people are not delivering. So that I think is like a massive concern.
Yeah. So currently there are too many fans of Neha in the comment section. They want to see Neha. So yeah, cricket forever. Not, but the old story is that MI has 3D players, best player you can say, and that's why MI is doing really well. They have more options. Apparently, that's what MI does. Man, Karen Pollard, Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya. That's their old story of success. And now, right now, you can see Haley Matthews, Nat Xavier Brunt, Amelia Kerr, Harmanpreet Kaur. What are your thoughts, Srishti, on the core which MI has built?
I think overall, like it is so similar to like the men's MI team, like the Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya, Kyron Pollard, all them. They are coming to bat, and the excitement. This is the same. Like Haley Matthews, she was so good today. Like even with the bat and with the ball, and Nat Skyver, she took one wicket as well. So I think that they have a really strong batting lineup, and the all rounders. They are the key right now. Like they are taking them to the win. So I think MI is really, really, really doing well.
Yeah. So Nishant Shetty is asking the RCB players are fine. Could it be the management, the common factor in both IPL and WPL? What are the thoughts, Neha? What do you think about is the management the problem or the team is the problem?
Honestly, I think it's the team selection, because now you have someone like a Danny Van Nieuwkerk who's sitting on the bench. Like, how does this make sense? But again, it raises the question of who do I bring her in place of, right? तो अब अगर हम Heather Knight को निकाल दें and we get in Danny Van Nieuwkerk, again there's a problem with the balance. But then bringing in Danny Van Nieuwkerk brings in that extra bowling option as well. So I think it could be the management also, but to some extent, I think there's an RCB curse, guys. Trust me, it's for reals because 15 years of the
I
men's
do
Yeah.
team,
agree.
Yeah.
and now
If
we
the
are
name
losing.
was
Yeah,
if the name was Bangalore Blasters, no, I thought that we would have won both the games. The
absolutely. And we
curse
could
is Royal
undo the
Challengers
score also.
Bangalore. The
We
curse is
might even
Royal
have a
Challengers
trophy by
Bangalore.
now.
Yeah,
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 but I think it's a
yeah.
really good question, but I think
Yeah.
it's a mix of everything.
Ankit Salukya saying RCB's NRR can be a concern. Margin of 60 runs in the first match, second match chasing down with 5 overs where turn out to be a negative impact. Yeah, of course, because top three qualify करेंगे जैसे हम सबको पता है and the way पांच ही teams है तो net run rate बहुत ज्यादा काम में आएगा and the same similar story with हम बहुत comparison कर रहे हैं men's और women's में क्योंकि वो comparison करनी पड़ रही है because similar play हो रहा है आरसीबी भी अगर आप मेंस में देखो तो बहुत ज्यादा रन से हारती है एंड फिर वो एनआरआर के कारण हम लोग कभी कभी बाहर हो जाते सेम गोज ऑन डू यू रियली थिंक दैट दैट एनआरआर could be the problem if we qualify it's pretty difficult right now but अगर हम लोग qualify करते the way the two matches has gone has impacted us NRR very badly Srishti what are your thoughts
Yeah, I think as you said that comparing men's cricket and women's cricket, this is the same that happens in men's cricket also. Hamesha net run rate comes into play and we end up not qualifying. So even now, starting ke 2 matches we have lost with such huge margins. But it is obviously going to affect the net run rate. But I feel like कि स्मृति मंदाना ने भी post match में बोला कि it is a short like tournament. They have the chance to like not sit over it and just bounce back. So I feel like they can still bounce back. Like compare करने से अब कुछ होगा नहीं. Maybe seriously bounce back करके they change the things. So
Yeah, before we go ahead, there are people watching us. Just I will say that please subscribe to the Third Man Cricket Show and follow us on Instagram. We are on Twitter, so please follow us there for daily updates. We are nearing uh, 3K subscribers in the YouTube, so I will ask all of the viewers to subscribe to us. And yeah, Neha, for you, the question is, and everybody knows in the chat, but Yusuf Parvez is asking, who is your favorite WPL team? That's the question right now.
I mean, it has to be RCB. I've been supporting the men's team for like 15 years now. I'm a sad RCB fan. Now, even the women's team gives me reasons to be sadder. But yeah, it has to be RCB. But as a podcaster, I'm trying to be neutral, watch the game for it. But then I think the RCB feeling always comes to bite back, doesn't it?
yeah. Personal
Yeah,
question: how did
yeah,
you
of course.
start supporting RCB?
So I was a very big fan of Virat Kohli, and when he started playing for RCB, I was like, yeah, I have to follow this. But I'm also from Bangalore, so the affinity,
Oh,
like your city team
yeah.
playing, so that's how.
Yeah, yeah. Cricket forever is missing Mia Magic. Uh, who would be the Mia Magic for the women's team? Renuka Thakur. Come, we will talk about
Absolutely.
Renuka Thakur for little time because the way she has bowled for India and the way she is bowling for RCB is completely different. If you see, we are giving boundaries in each and every over. And that's not acceptable. And the way we are starting, I hope more from Renuka than what she has delivered. So I will ask Srishti and then Neha, what are the thoughts on Renuka in the first two games?
I think, as you said, that she is not performing as she does for India, and I mean, maybe it's the pressure getting to her, or she's not playing up to her mark. So I feel like we can't like just dwell on it. I think that we need to give her time to actually like come back to the game and perform well, because she has that talent. We have seen it in the Indian team. So
Yeah, Neha.
I agree with Srishti right now. Renuka Singh Thakur is an absolute match winner. We've seen her bowl those remarkable spells in the Commonwealth Games. But I think she was very lackluster in the T20 World Cup. And I feel she's still carrying some of that fatigue and mental exhaustion from that onto the Women's Premier League. Because if you notice, a concerning trend has to be her economy rate. She's going at more than like 7 or 8, and dot balls bhi utna she's not able to deliver as much, and the length seemed all over the place. Either she's taking time to acclimatize to these Indian conditions, because the World Cup in South Africa was really long, and she's been going at it for some time now, leading the pace attack. So that pressure really does carrying, being the spearhead of the bowling attack. So I believe she will take time to get back to form, but I hope it is soon.
Yeah, yeah. So Ronak has here asked a very good question, and I feel the same that RCB has a genuine problem of good spinner, which can slow down the games in middle overs. Prebon is a spinner supportive pitch where RCB players plays next to as well. So, what are thoughts on our spinners? Because I love the way you said about Danny Van Nickel because she's a quality spinner. I remember that she took 0 for 4 wickets in one
Yeah.
of the World Cup games, and I was like, "What is she bowling?" And she's a good leg spinner too. So, I would ask Neha and then Srishti, what are the thoughts if bringing in place of Heather Knight, if we say so? What are your thoughts on that?
So, to first answer Ronak's question, I don't think RCB has a genuine problem of good spinners, because Preeti Bose has been a giant in domestic cricket. If you've been following her, she picks up regular wickets. She does not get hit for boundaries the way she is getting hit currently. And yeah, to answer your question, I think Danny Van Nierkerk would be a remarkable inclusion in the team. Her leg spin will certainly set her apart. But I think in place of Heather Knight, she can come in for Sophie Devine, because Sophie Devine has been in not that great form. If you've been seeing her from like the World Cup. I mean, she did have a good series versus Bangladesh, but in the World Cup, she was not at her best. So I think if Danny Van Nieuwkerk is coming in, she should definitely come in like for Sophie Devine. Probably the very next match because the tournament is not very like big. So if you're bringing in changes, get a player like Danny Van Nieuwkerk. We've seen her in the 100. Unfortunately, not as much in South Africa now because of the injuries and the fitness issue, which I think is ridiculous. But yeah, I think she will be an interesting change.
या यूसुफ परवेज कंप्लीटली आपसे अग्री करते हुए यहाँ पे रौनक का एक और एक मस्त उन्होंने कंपैरिजन किया है वेस्ट इंडियन फिनिशिंग गेम्स फॉर एम आई हैवंट वी सीन इट बिफोर
Yeah.
You should have put it a West Indian all-rounder. What about
Yeah.
Srishti? A West Indian all-rounder finishing for MI.
Exactly.
Of course.
This has
Yeah,
been
yeah.
a trend. Kyron Pollard. This has always happened. We see because when we used to see MI's matches before, uh, even though they have like 4-5 wickets have gone, we know that Kyron Pollard is still there. So we know anything can happen, and this is going to be a match winner. So this is exactly the same, except now she came, Hayley Matthews. She came in later. Like she did not go fifth or sixth. She came in before that, and the way she batted, like 77 runs, was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, yeah. And on that, PB Talks has also written that Dwayne Smith, Lendl Simmons, Ewan Lewis, and now Hayley Matthews. Mumbai Indians love West Indian openers. यार मुंबई को तो हमेशा वेस्ट इंडियन दिखे तो वो पीछे भागेंगे भागेंगे उनको लेने के लिए एंड द वे उनको चालाकी से हेली मैथ्यूज मिली है I cannot say how angry I was at RCB for not going for Hayley Matthews because he's young. He's just 24 years old and she can be there for a long time and फिर एम आई इतने सस्ते में उसको हरमनप्रीत को लेके जा रहे थे एंड आई वाज लाइक यू कैन नॉट गिव एम आई so many good players on in cheap prices. So yeah, of course she was very good and Ronak Kedia is saying that well this game has taken Twitter down. Hashtag RCB versus MI. That's the thing. RCB being the popular team in the world, same as MI. The games between men, it would be of men या women की हो किसी की भी हो ये गेम हमेशा आपको व्यूज लाके देगी हमेशा आपको वो बोलते ना एक ट्विटर डाउन टाइप का एक करके देगी व्हाट यू से सृष्टि
Exactly. So, but ये expected नहीं था. वापस one sided हो गया. We wanted a thriller match like last night, but वापस one sided ही match हो गया. तो थोड़ा interesting होना चाहिए match. At least like एक match तो जीत जाए हम. Like starting के दो नहीं we have lost.
I'm getting flashbacks of 2018 man the six we lost on the trot man I don't want that in WPA yeah yeah Ronak वापस वहाँ पे बोल रहे 3 RCB fans on the podcast after loss this was not planned guys I am sorry the mood would have been completely different if RCB would have won I can guarantee you that what you say Neha
Absolutely. I mean, even though we are like sad RCB fans here, but I think we're still
But
trying
we're
to be
not
very
taking
like
sides.
practical.
Yeah.
yeah
We are
so
just
very
sad.
practical yeah we are sad but we are cricket fans that's what makes us good
Cricket, the winner at the end of the day. Yeah.
yeah and PB Talk saying and to think, yeah, what we talked. Matthews was unsold at the start,
Shocker,
man.
yeah.
Yeah. The one player which we are not talking about a lot is Saika Ishaki. I don't know if I'm saying her name properly or what, but she has been brilliant for MI and she has been the fine. And again, we are comparing to the men's because the talent Mumbai Indians brings, man. The way they have brought Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya, Bumrah to the Indian team. Same way now we can see Saika Ishak. She is the purple cap holder. How was her bowling in the 2 games you have seen, Neha?
I think she's been fantastic in the sense Mumbai has this knack of, they have the best talent scouts. They obviously pick up the best players. And Saika Ishak has been really good even in the domestic circuit. And we see her translate these performances at like a stage like WPL, right? Here she has absolutely nothing to lose. So she's just going all out. And I think the support she's getting from the team management and the backing from Harmanpreet Kaur is really showing. So I think she's been one of the biggest positives for Mumbai, and I'm really excited to see her for the rest of the season and hopefully an India cap because we're already struggling with spinners in the national team as well. I think having someone like her is going to be like the best thing.
Yeah. Nishan Shetty. what doesn't kill RCB makes it stronger. E Sala Cup Namde. Yeah,
Oh
of
my
course, the hopes are there, but I think that hashtag should be that I want to trade E Sala Do Cup Namde. I don't want one cup. I want another cup with men's team too. So, what do you
yes.
think? Will RCB come back after the 3 days they have a game against Gujarat Giants, if I'm right, at Brabourne Stadium? So, what do you think about at that game? What different you want to see from the RCB team?
I think that game is pretty interesting because Gujarat have also lost both their matches and RCB have lost both their matches as well. So finally वो game में decide हुआ कि कौन थोड़ा better है at least. So maybe RCB needs to like focus on their batting. I mean there were batting positives to take from today. So batting पे focus किया. If we bat first अच्छा target दिया तो I think bowlers के लिए थोड़ा job easy हो जाएगा. So I think
Yeah.
that is what we can do.
Yeah. Yeah, Yusuf Parvez is saying कि RCB captain Smriti Mandana, no, she's smiling spirit fight girl. She wants to look a change batting partnership with captain. Will be done when Nick is so good idea. Yeah, we are telling that only because her name is coming out a lot because the way the bowling has been there, we are not taking wickets, and she has been the one who has taken wicket for South Africa. He can be that. So, do you think that RCB management will go and pull the plug on Heather Knight and give the chance to Dan? Neha?
It could happen, but then again, I feel it might be on Sophie Devine and not Heather Knight, because Heather Knight पहले मैच में अच्छा खेल चुकी है. Although this match she got out for a golden duck, but I still feel it might be the other way around. Danny Van York is definitely going to play the next match, but in place of who, I still feel it's going to be Sophie Devine.
Sophie Deegan. Yeah, she can. But do you not think that Heather Knight should bat up the order? Because if she comes at number three, I think that she can play a role of an anchor. What do you think, Shrishti? Because we need an anchor very badly here because whoever is coming, they are going for big. सब आके लंबा मार रहे हैं. ऐसा लग रहा है कि उनको लोकल पकड़नी है. कोई तो एकदम फटाफट भाग के ऐसा लग रहा था मेरे को तो आज. तो आपको क्या लगता है कि हेदर नाइट को नंबर 3 पे आना चाहिए और वो संभालना चाहिए जैसे वो इंग्लैंड में पारी संभालते हैं? आपको क्या लगता है?
हाँ, I think वैसे प्रमोट करने से promoting her up the order might change things for her and also like वापस men's cricket से comparison, but हमारा middle order हमेशा like अच्छा नहीं रहता है even in RCB. तो I think Heather Knight third batting करने आएगी तो थोड़ा stable innings रहेगा तो it will help RCB.
Fair point.
Yeah, fair point. Yeah, Ronak again coming. RR lost to DC in an IPL opener in 2008. RCB lost to DC opener in 2023 WPL. Something to
Parallel.
cheer. अगर किसी को पता नहीं है तो RR went on to win the 2008 IPL. So what do you think? Is the title on?
I think Ronak is being very optimistic here, and as RCB fans, we would definitely love to take this optimism in our
Exactly.
stride as well. But RCB is in a precarious condition, guys. Let's be honest. Their net run rate is in tatters. We really need massive wins against like Gujarat and the rest of the teams that we will be playing, because we'll have to go with a very positive mindset, and we have to carry forward. If we win, that is that momentum through the rest of the matches. Again, you have to depend on equations and getting those big massive wins, so it seems unlikely.
The calculators would come out.
Yeah.
Exactly, like always.
Yeah. So Rama is saying that Mumbai Indians needed a Chennai Super King here. What are your thoughts? Do they need a Chennai Super King here? Neha?
I mean, see, Mumbai has their rivals in the form of RCB, but we saw how today's match was completely one-sided. I think Delhi can be that CSK to MI, right? Because Delhi has also, like, it's led by Meg Lanning, guys. She's probably one of your best skippers at the moment. She's blessed with a brilliant team. I think they are the real heavyweights right now, if we look at it.
Yeah. And if you compare it to IPL men's, because सीएसके ने इतना तंग नहीं किया है मुंबई इंडियन को. सॉरी रामा, बिकॉज सीएसके ने इतना तंग नहीं किया है मुंबई को. मुंबई ने ज्यादा तंग किया. मुंबई को किसी टीम ने तंग किया है तो है दिल्ली को. दिल्ली ने हमेशा मैं देखता था कि दिल्ली मुंबई को हरा के जाती थी, एंड आई वाज लाइक आरसीबी नहीं हरा पा रही मुंबई को और दिल्ली हरा के जा रही है.
Delhi हरा.
So what do you say, Srishti? Will Delhi be the team to defeat this Mumbai, who is looking very good?
I think Delhi and UP Warriors, like the way UP turned things around yesterday, I think they can be tough competitors for MI as well. So let's see. Like I feel like Gujarat and RCB, they might be like disappointed with their first two losses, and to come back from that is also hard. But I hope that they will. And looking at things, I think UP Warriors and Delhi Capitals both are tough competitors.
Yeah, yeah. Meanwhile, RR making fun of MI every season. Yeah, of course, of course. The first game always MI loses, and this time MI has won. So there are some बोलते ना सब कुछ एक साथ एक जैसा नहीं हो रहा है. MI कुछ अलग कर रही है. पहला गेम जीत रही है apparently. उनकी मेंस टीम पहला गेम नहीं जीत रही है. But let's talk about the different team we have seen, like UP Warriors. कल जैसे उन्होंने चेस किया था ग्रेस हैरिस एंड ऑल, कल आपको दिखेगा एक और गेम यूपी वॉरियर्स कैन. द वे उन्होंने वो चेस किया. किरण नवगिरे की बैटिंग कैसी लगी आपको? किरण नवगिरे की बैटिंग फर्स्ट सृष्टि देन नेहा, प्लीज से अबाउट किरण नवगिरे.
Yeah, so I think she like started the innings really well. Like she provided the support to the innings. उसके बाद जाके फिर उनका wickets गिरे and all. And after that, Grace Harris came in and she did what she did. So I think कि वो foundation build करना उनने बहुत अच्छा किया. उसके बाद फिर हाँ उसके बाद फिर जो भी players आए वो उनके लिए थोड़ा easy हो गया job.
Yeah. What about you, Neha?
मतलब आई हैव ऑलवेज बीन अ फैन ऑफ किरण नागगिरे. मतलब जो उन्होंने इंडिया के लिए खेला, शी डिडंट हैव द बेस्ट ऑफ द आउटिंग्स, बट वो ना साइलेंटली शी इज बीन स्कोरिंग एंड पाइलिंग ऑन दोज रन्स इन डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट एज वेल, एंड वी गॉट टू सी एग्जिबिशंस ऑफ द सेम ड्यूरिंग द लास्ट मैच. वो इतना एक अच्छा सपोर्टिंग रोल खेल रही थी. And eventually, we always credit Grace Harris for the win. But then it's always these silent contributions that really make the difference. So I think in that sense, Kiran Navgire is certainly, crawling her way back into hopefully the selectors' minds, that I'm there making the right noises and, I should be considered.
या अपेरेंटली वी आर जस्ट, हम लोग सिर्फ 4 गेम है आ गए हैं एंड वी आर गेटिंग दैट यंग इंडियन टैलेंट फ्रॉम दिस WPL, जो हमने होप भी किया था. जैसे आईपीएल से हमें यंग इंडियन टैलेंट मिले थे, वैसे हमको WPL से मिले. अभी हमको 2 दिख रहे. किरण नवगिरे ने एक नंबर इनिंग्स खेली थी कल, और आप देख सकते हो जैसे कि ईशा की बॉलिंग कर रही है. आई फील दैट कि हमारे पास लेफ्ट आर्म स्पिनर की वैसे भी कमी है. सो आई सी हर कमिंग बैक टू द इंडियन टीम. सो या मजा आ रहा है देख के WPL. एंड अगर आपको कल के गेम के बारे में कुछ बात करनी हो, बिकॉज दिल्ली कैपिटल्स इज गोइंग अगेंस्ट यूपी वॉरियर्स. दोनों टीम स्ट्रांग लगी थी फर्स्ट गेम के टाइम पे. तो आपको क्या लगता है कौन सा एक ऐसा मैचअप है जो बहुत आपको इंटरेस्टिंग लगेगा देखने में? नेहा फर्स्ट यू, देन सिस्टर.
I think it's going to be a very interesting match because UP Warriors, so obviously they're coming off of a big victory. मतलब ऐसा लग रहा था कि वो जीतेंगे नहीं, but they just managed to pull off that win. And Delhi की बात करें तो they're having again a very good run. But I think कोई matchup that I'd be looking forward to is अब Kim Garth. Now we didn't expect her to come out of nowhere and just get those wickets. I think Kim Garth and Shefali Verma might be an interesting one to watch out for. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, yeah, Kim Garth is from Gujarat Giants,
Oh,
if I am not
oops.
wrong.
From
Yeah.
Oops. Okay.
UP
Apologies.
Warriors. I think Sophie Eccleston and Shefali Verma would be one of the key battles. The way Sophie Eccleston, for me, she's the one of the best spinners in the world. So, what are your thoughts on Sophie Eccleston versus the batters of DC, because they have right-handers in the top 4 if you see. So, what do you say, Srishti?
Yeah, so I think that Delhi और यूपी का जो मैच होगा that will be very interesting to watch because दोनों teams का बहुत like they have won great matches. So जैसे Delhi won by 60 runs and यूपी का कल का match बहुत interesting था. So I think like there were a lot of silent performers. जैसे Hurleen Diol, she played really well for Gujarat and फिर for Delhi, for example, हाँ, so like
Laura
ऐसे
Harris.
Meg
हाँ
Lanning, yeah.
बहुत ऐसे yeah, there were many performers, so I feel like कि ये match ये one of the most interesting matches होगा, and this also MI versus Delhi and MI versus UP Warriors, that will be a very interesting match.
Yeah. An interesting question by रौनक है, जो मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूँ that first match डे गेम था, आरसीबी won the toss and bat second. Second match नाइट गेम था ब्रेबॉन में and they won the toss and chose to bat first. दोनों में हमें उल्टा करना चाहिए था, दोनों में टॉस में हमारा ही साइड लिया, हमारा मतलब आरसीबी का, एंड हमने दोनों बार गलत चूज किया. फॉर मी हमें बैटिंग फर्स्ट करनी चाहिए थी फर्स्ट गेम में और बैटिंग सेकंड करनी चाहिए थी सेकंड गेम में. योर थॉट्स नेहा ऑन दिस?
I think, yeah, rightly said, मैंने सोचा कि you win the toss and afternoon match है, you can get those important runs, due factor भी नहीं है, but they chose to bat second, quite a ridiculous decision. But ऐसा लग रहा था कि, maybe they just wanted to like bowl out the opposition quick and chase down the total, which didn't quite work out. But हम दूसरे मैच की बात करें तो I thought again they would want to opt for a run chase because ऐसे like दिग्गज खिलाड़ी है ना अपने टीम में. You have Smriti Mandana, who's such a good chaser. You have Elise Perry. Again, quite shocking that they chose to bat first because I think confidence itna tha कि maybe we'll put up a very good total and Mumbai may not be able to get the better of us. But again, that didn't happen. So interesting decisions, but I think Smriti Mandana bhi young captain hai. She's looking to learn from her mistakes. So I hope आगे के matches में we have more calm and composed decisions at the toss.
And this is like Virat Kohli didn't used to win tosses. Like अभी तो हम tosses जीत रहे हैं, फिर भी हम wrong choose कर रहे हैं.
Apparently some things are different from the men's RCB team and women's RCB team. That at least we are winning tosses. We are not winning games,
Exactly.
but we are winning tosses.
Winning tosses.
That's a positive. And yeah, Ronak saying Harshal trying hard to be a neutral host, saying RCB as हमने यार वो हो जाता है निकल जाता है यार, दिल से हम आरसीबी को सपोर्ट करते. 14 साल से आरसीबी ने हमारा दिल तोड़ा है, लेकिन फिर भी हम आरसीबी के पीछे लगे हुए. एंड इस पे ही निशांत शेट्टी ने एक बहुत अच्छी लाइन लिखी है, डोंट फियर फेलियर, नॉट फेलियर बट लो एम इज द क्राइम, इन ग्रेट अटेम्प्ट्स इट इज ग्लोरियस इवन टू फेल. ब्रूस ली, dedicated to RCB fans and their team. Surely. What do you say, Neha?
I think मतलब क्या ही बोले ना, मतलब हम लोग एनीवेज दुखी हैं, तो वी टेक ऑल दीज कोट्स इन आवर स्ट्राइड. होपफुली मतलब जीत जाए एंड वी गेट टू हियर बेटर कोट्स. बट इन ऑल ऑनेस्टी आई थिंक आरसीबी फैंस रियली डिजर्व अ शाउट आउट. मतलब irrespective of RCB's amazing performances across the men's IPL and now we see the women's IPL, we still stick through as fans. We don't like change bases or something.
Yeah,
we have players we like across the team, but we support our team like to the hilt. Yeah, that's amazing, I feel.
Yeah, apparently the game is happening in Mumbai and I was hearing RCB and we are losing the game and still the crowd is chanting RCB and I was like, wow man, this is one of the great of things being an RCB fan. But you can say that the fans pressure can be one thing that RCB is looking right now. So yeah, if we conclude to this live, we will say that Neha has an Instagram account of Never on the Back Foot. She also does a podcast on Spotify and Apple Cast, Google podcast on Anchor. So yeah, of course, Neha, you want to talk about your page and what you do on that, on the podcast also.
I'm glad you brought it up and thank you so much for this platform as well. So guys, I'm a podcaster where I have a podcast titled Never on the Back Foot, where I chat with like fellow journalists, like fans of the game, my friends, and literally everyone who's ready to talk to me. So we talk about everything under the roof, like men's cricket, women's cricket, and it's a very interesting and emerging space. You can follow me on Instagram and on @Never on the Back Foot. And yeah, that's pretty much about it.
Yeah. So we will conclude this with the prediction for the next game, which is happening tomorrow. Delhi Capitals versus UP Warriors. Who do you think is winning? कौन जीत रहा है कल का गेम? पहले सृष्टि, then Neha.
I feel like strong gut feeling हो रहा है कि दिल्ली कैपिटल्स जीतेगा, but let's see. ऐसा मैंने सोचा था कि आरसीबी आज जीतेगा, but वैसा हुआ नहीं, तो कुछ बोल नहीं सकते.
Yeah. Neha?
Again, I feel it's going to be Delhi because, paper pay, they look like the stronger outfit. But I'd be really happy to see an upset if, UP can actually come out strong and really surprise us with a good performance. It really would even make the table a quite interesting equation. So I think, yeah, that would be nice.
So yeah, before going, I would like to thank Ronak, Yusuf, Rama, Nishant, whoever joined the stream, and we had a good conversation. So I'm from a Third Man Cricket Show. Harshal Galia takes adieu.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.